Yo guys, what is up? It is your boy, Asher, back again with another video. Now, today we're going to be talking about something that's not very popular, something that people don't really talk about a lot. And I know I say that in like all my videos, but it's still true. Like nobody really talks about it, especially like the younger people, they don't really care about it. And I'm here to just shed some light about that. So ultimately, like a lot of us just think that, with this idea in our minds, like, hey, I'm going to be successful one day, but instead, they have that idea, but they're not doing anything to get to that. You can see them just partying on the weekends, but they're thinking, in about 5 years, I'm going to be pretty successful. I'm going to have my own business. I'm going to do all of these things. But then you see them, partying every week, So that's just something that obviously, that person's on the road to like not necessarily getting what they want, which is that success with, being successful and having their own business and whatnot. But, I'm going to start off with like a little story. So I went to a boarding school, and this boarding school was in Pennsylvania, and it was like an all black boarding school. We had to wear suits, we had to wear jackets, in like hot weather, like 90-degree weather. It didn't matter what it was. We had to wear these outfits. And I mean, I got used to it, and I was like, whatever. Like, it wasn't really that bad for me. But I don't know if you guys can tell, my voice is like really low right now because it's like the morning right now. Like, I'm recording this at like 10 o'clock in the morning. But anyways, like a lot of people, would like they wear the uniform. That's nothing bad. I mean, it's what it is. What it is. It is a boarding school. But I mean, their mentality, they were like, okay, I'm a party. I'm gonna go order pizza every day. I'm just gonna do whatever I want to do. And it was not furthering, their agenda, what they wanted to accomplish. Like, I had some friends, like, I want to have my own business. I want to be successful. I want to do all these things. I want to have my own, just my whole branding. I just want to be known as this very successful guy. And what they were doing to get to that was completely opposite of what they were trying to achieve. Like, there are oftentimes, like just partying, just doing whatever they wanted to do. They weren't really thinking about it. They weren't really taking steps to that process. Like, for example, they were, let's say someone wanted to be like a director or whatnot, they wanted to do something with film. That person, instead of doing that every single day, not necessarily every day, but at least practicing some habits to get to that, they were, I guess, partying or eating pizza or just going off campus and just doing whatever they want to do. And that obviously is not going to help them get to that destination, So back to the story, pretty much. So I hope you guys kind of got what I was saying there. So back to the story. I went to a boarding school, right? And I had that mentality as well, somewhat. I was just kind of going with the flow. I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I was actually in film, right? Like, there was no film classes on campus, but I had my own YouTube channel. I made it, like, when I was there, I discussed that in like a different video, but I had like my own YouTube channel. It was called Instant, and I made skits. Every time I had the chance, like, I would literally sometimes beg some of the people, like, hey, can you please open this building on campus because I need to make a skit in this building because it's vital, Like, for example, if it was like a school skit, I needed this school building on campus to be open because I had to record there, So, and a lot of times people didn't really see the vision, even some of the deans, they're like, okay, sure. And then they ended up not doing it. I'd be waiting like, it's getting about that time. I need to record something. And they were just like, whatever. Like, they didn't really care. So it ended up not really happening. So I would end up making a skit every like month, like once a month. But it was crazy because most of the people on campus saw it and they give me like feedback like, hey, you can do this better, or this is pretty good, or they would just flat out say, hey, that was really bad, please don't ever do it again. And I wouldn't even take that like bad. I would be like, okay. because I mean, at the end of the day, like, I'm seriously accepting any type of criticism and, anything that would make me better. Because if they genuinely didn't see anything good in that skit, I want to hear about it, so I can make it better. And that's what I did on campus. But I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I was just kind of going with the motions. I would draw here and there. I would just do things, and they would have meetings, and they would have things on campus. I just kind of went with the motions with it. I just was like, what the heck? I don't know what I'm doing. Let me just go with it. And it was just a regular routine, It was just, okay, you wake up, you do this. They have prayer meeting or whatever. This is a Christian thing, by the way, Christian school. So they had like prayer meeting every Wednesday, or they have week of prayer, which is like you have people coming in and speaking about it, their experience or whatever. But I mean, it was just a routine. And then when I got out of high school, I mean, I started developing this mindset like, I don't really want to be in a job. And I know that sounds crazy, but I didn't really want to be held down by someone else. I want to go out and explore. I want to go out and do what I want to do. And it's probably sounding crazy to you right now. For the people who are watching who have jobs, they're probably like, man, what is wrong with this guy? Is this guy on something? But it's true. Like, I don't want to be held back by anybody. I want to be able to do what I want to do when I want to do it. So, I mean, I'll gladly take that label, I'm an entrepreneur, I'll gladly take that. But as I was getting to that mindset, I was changing my habits, I was reading more books. I was listening to a lot of people speak on audios. I was just doing all these things that would help me, that would project me to what I wanted to do. And I would do this every day. Like, you can literally ask my brother or someone, I was literally listening to 5 audios every day. I'm still doing that today, and I try to put in a little reading. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't like reading, but I'm really trying to break that. And it was hard, but I broke that. I'm just trying to strive and become a better person every day. Because I know if I keep this up, long term, I'm going to end up reaping the reward. I'm going to end up reaping what I sowed, So I just had that, I'm having that mentality now, and it's getting better and better. But unfortunately for like my friends, they have that employee mindset. They have that short, like, mindset. Like me, on the other hand, like, I'm trying to delay my gratification, but like, people around me, they're just like, okay, let me go work this day, and I'm going to get this paycheck. And they have that mindset, and they're like, okay, I'm going to do this for the rest of my life. I'm like, no, I don't want to do that for the rest of my life. I have better things I want to be doing. Like, I have more that I want to give and offer, I want to do more of my life. So that's where I am with it. I think success ultimately is up to this, it's up to what you think. And if you want to go out and start your own business, go ahead and do it, No one's stopping you. And once you really put in the work and you really see that, hey, it's achievable, and if I just simply do what I got to do every day, it's going to happen, because you're driven, you're motivated. And if you self-motivate yourself, okay, I'm doing this because I want to see my family out of debt. That's a motivator for your, like, self-motivation right there. But if you just have those things in your mind, it's going to push you, and it's going to push you to the point of success, where you want to be. And I hate to say it, but, a lot of my friends, I don't really talk to them as much, but I still talk to them here and there. A lot of my friends, they don't really have that mindset. They're just like, okay, let me just party, do what I want to do all this stuff. And then when I hit 30 years old, I'm going to have an amazing job. I'm going to do all these things. And the reality of that is that's not true, it's not going to happen overnight. It's not just going to come like that. You got to constantly build yourself for success, because it doesn't just happen like that. You see all these celebrities, they have, they're just famous. They're just huge. And you're like, whoa, man, how they become so successful? They're just lucky, And it's not true. Like, they're really not lucky. Like, they literally took the time, and they just built on what they were good at, or they just built on their habits, and they just wanted to be amazing. They wanted to succeed in life. So they took those small daily sacrifices of not going to the mall or not going to the movies with their friends. And look where they're at now. I mean, they're definitely reaping the reward. You see people, they have millions of dollars just because of what they've done in a matter of time. And that's literally what can happen for you. And I know it's going to happen for me if I keep on doing what I'm doing. So ultimately this video was just to kind of motivate you and just open your eyes, like the world is huge and there's so much things that you can do. And if you want to have a job, that's up to you. I'm not telling you that jobs are bad, but for me personally, you're not going to really catch me with a job for 4 years. That's not what I'm trying to do. So ultimately, just do what you want to do. And if you want to be successful, you got to literally put in the hours. You got to put in the time and the effort day in and day out to see those results, because only you have the power. I mean, your family, your friends can tell you, okay, go to college, okay, do this, do that. But really, only you're going to do what you want to do. Like, you're only limited to yourself. And if you want to do some things and you really want to do it, it's going to show up with what your actions are and what your daily sacrifices are. Like, that sounds weird, but like sacrificing what you're doing daily, like instead of eating fast food every day, you're saving money. Like, that's an example, but you get what I'm saying. Like, just make sure that you are taking the steps possible to success, because the steps are not going to take steps for you. If that makes sense. It's not going to come up for you just because of you feel entitled. You got to literally break your back and do what you have to do to be successful. So I hope that video was motivating to you. I kind of motivated myself because I didn't even know I can really speak like that. But I mean, I'm passionate about it. So you're going to speak about something stronger when you're passionate about it. So yeah, make sure to click on this video right here, and make sure to click on this video. And of course, as promised, I'm going to have mystery videos coming up on Monday. So stay tuned for that. So yeah, peace.